been crazy this past year in 2020, hasn't it? It has been extremely crazy. Hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's families are doing well. I just wanted to make a quick video, get in touch with you guys, let y'all know what's going on. I'm going to be racing this season. Going to be racing in a series actually, because the modified track, the tracks around here that we have, they're all kind of small, and a lot of them are going away from the modified class because the modifieds, they really too much motor for some of these small tracks. Can't really get on it and really see what they can do, and just B mods and sport mods are just there's tons of them. There's tons of them, and they got plenty of cars to fill out a field. So they dropped the mods, and they brought in a class called the USRA Tuners, and what that is the little Euro front-wheel drive cars, which ought to be pretty fun on these small tracks to watch. And I totally get why they're bringing them. It's fun. It can be very inexpensive depending on how far you want to get involved in it, but it's inexpensive class. Can be fun again for guys that have raced for a while and just want to kind of take a step back. And it's also great for beginners. If beginners want to get into racing but they don't want to get too heavy into it without knowing for sure if it's something they like, it's great for them. It's a great class. I applaud USRA putting it in and bringing in a new generation of racers, even if it's a step for them. I applaud them. It sucks that we don't get the modified racing around here and up close and home, but it's okay. I mean, I get it. I fully understand the steps these tracks are taking. They got to field cars, so I get it. I totally get it. But with that being said, we'll be racing. USRA also stepped up to help the modified guys because they know that a lot of places are cutting them out, and started the USRA American Racer Modified Series. And what that means is that we'll be racing the mods under a unified group basically, and going to different tracks to race. It's funny how the first race on the list here is actually my home track. It's here at Monarch in Wichita Falls, which is great. We get to start the race here. But then it goes to Crandall, Texas at RPM Speedway. Then that's on a Friday. Then on the Saturday, that Saturday, we're going to Enos, the Big O Speedway. I probably won't make that Friday race because I have to work on Fridays. I want to see, maybe I might be able to get that day off, but we'll see. Saturday race, I should be able to make the Saturday races. But here's the exciting part, because I've never been this far out, but on May 21st, a Friday, is Ark-La-Tex Speedway in Vivian, Louisiana. And that's about a 4-hour drive. Probably won't make that one. And then that Saturday, that next day, May 22nd, is Revolution Park in Monroe, Louisiana. So that's two races in Louisiana. So I mean, this is they're making this an actual traveling series, so it's going to be pretty fun. I wish I could have that time to drive 4 hours and have that kind of patience, but it's going to take me a little while. Plus the funding, I gotta have some sponsors in order to make those kind of races and stuff, which I'm working on. But with the economy the way it is, it's not easy for me right now. The next race is going to be on June 19th. Is going to be Super Bowl Speedway in Greenville, Texas. That's a Saturday race, so should be able to make that one. Then on June 11th, which I believe is a Friday, is West Texas Raceway in Lubbock, which I love Lubbock. I've been there several times, visiting Texas Tech campus. It's just another college town. It feels, to me, it feels a lot like Wichita Falls. So it's kind of very comfortable for me. Then Saturday, June 12th, Route 66 Motor Speedway in Amarillo. Been to Amarillo I like Amarillo. Never seen the racetrack there. So it's going to be interesting. I've never been there. But here's some more traveling. Friday, July 30th, we're going to be at Red Dirt Raceway in Meeker, Oklahoma. I've never been to Meeker. I looked it up on the map, and it looks like it's in between Tulsa and Oklahoma City, I believe, if I remember correctly. If not, I'm sure somebody will let me know. Saturday, July 31st, we're going to be at Creek County Speedway in Kellyville, Oklahoma, at this Club 91 Funkadelic Dirt Track Honky Tonk Extravaganza is what they got it set up here as. So that sounds pretty interesting and fun. So hopefully I'll get to go to that one. August 14th, we'll be going to Greenville again to the Super Bowl Speedway, which is a Saturday. Plan on trying to make that one. And then it's back to Louisiana, back to Arklatex Speedway in Vivian on August 27th, Friday. And then on Saturday, it's back to Revolution Park in Monroe, Louisiana, August 28th. Then we begin our championship, looks like our championship run. September 4th and 5th, it's going to be in Crandall, Texas at RPM Speedway. And then we're back there October 23rd at RPM Speedway back in Crandall. Then we have a big 3-day race. November 4th, 5th, and 6th is at Big O Speedway in Enos. At the 8th Annual Summit USRA Southern Nationals, which that is going to be a big race. And that one is where all the races that I didn't make, I'm going to do my best to make it up on the races at RPM, those last two big races, or three big races if you include that separate one in the October 23rd. So I'm going to try to make up for it there. But yeah, I mean, that's what it's got so far. I'm hoping that since this is just the inaugural season, I hope that we can maybe get some bigger tracks involved and some different tracks involved. Maybe grow the schedule out maybe a little bit more. Appreciate all the tracks that are on the list. Thank you guys. If y'all see this, thank y'all for having us and even giving us the chance to run there. Because again, they're not giving us many places to run anymore. A lot of tracks again are having to make that choice, and I know it's not easy for them, but they have to do it. I mean, they got to do what they got to do. So thank you to all these tracks. I wish we'd pick up a couple more here in Monarch at my home track here. Definitely saved me some gas on traveling, but it's alright. This ought to be fun. I never raced at these other tracks. From what I looked at, they're all about the same size. I think one of them is 3/8, and the rest are all about quarter mile. Some dirt, some clay, some high bank, some not so high bank. So it's going to be a good mix. I think it's going to be a real good mix. It's going to be fun. Getting to meet other drivers, getting to meet other people in these towns and cities, and hell, even people on the way maybe. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be real fun. As far as the car's pretty much ready. I think, like I said, it was ready for last season, and I never got to race it. So I think the only thing I'm going to do is pull the gear out, and I'm going to put a different gear in because the motor is different. The motor in the opening series is actually the newer motor, which is the one made for this class. But I'm going to put in a different gear to maximize as much as I can out of this motor. So just got to do a gear swap and then just run through the fluids, oil, gear oil, power steering fluid, brake fluid. Just check all the fluids, make sure there's no leaks, make sure there's no problems. I got to put the brakes back on the front. I took the calipers off to kind of make it just easier to move. So other than little things like that, it's ready to go. Done a lot to the car. Some of it I didn't get to tell you guys. That accident I had, that was me getting acquainted with the new fuel cell. I don't know if y'all can see it, but that's this nice little scar that the fuel cell gave me. Because the klutz here let it slip out of his hand. I ended up catching the corner of it right there. And it did worry me a little bit because that spot, that location, there's a couple veins pretty close to that. Luckily, I didn't need stitches. It didn't get into a vein. So everything was on up and up. Just had to make sure I kept it covered, make sure, it didn't make a mess, basically. But anyways, fuel cell's in. Brand new fuel cell. I got the weight transferred over like I wanted it. Battery's been relocated. The spot I chose, I'm very comfortable with. I think it's going to give me a little more weight on the front passenger side tire. That's where the scale was kind of telling me we needed it. So I think I got it further forward, hopefully to put some weight on that corner. So that ought to help. Pops likes the spot. He thinks it's going to be nice, easier to get to as well. But yeah, I mean, the car is pretty much there. Like I said, it's just a lot of little stuff. Also, we're talking about season and about the races that we have for the All-American race, the American Racer Modified Series. Not the only track or the only thing coming up. I heard through the grapevine, and the grapevine being Instagram, from Texas Motor Speedway, that their dirt track is going to be open this season. They're actually going to have 18 races out there. They're supposed to be sending me some information or sending out some information soon. But they sent me to another site that said that if the same group that's going to do the races here at Texas Motor Speedway are doing the ones in Bristol. So they sent me a link to a site, which is the group handling it, and they are going to be running modifieds. However, they're going to be running all the modifieds, and they're just tweaking some of the rules so that the IMCA guys, the USRA guys, the WISSOTA guys can all run together. Ought to be very interesting. I think it's going to be a massive car count. I don't know how many WISSOTA cars we'll probably get. I imagine we'll get a few, because from what I understand, the payout is going to be really nice. So it ought to draw some cars. But there's going to be 18 races at the dirt track in Texas, at Motor Speedway. So that's exciting in itself. I would love to get a chance to race on that big track. If budget permits, then I'll stay awake all night if I have to change the gear out to run that big track. That's how much I want to run it, because it just looks so much fun for these type of cars, to really stretch their legs out and get going. So yeah, I hope I get a chance to do that. Definitely going to try to make that happen. If I get some backing, for sure, be making it. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a fun season. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to these new tracks. Hopefully getting to visit a bunch of them. Hopefully, again, I hope it opens up the ability to maybe go to some other tracks. Maybe we can pick up a couple more at Monarch. Maybe even a couple races there at the dirt track at Texas Motor Speedway. Maybe we can pick those up. Ideas, just saying. But yeah, I mean, I think it's got potential. If not, if it kind of peters out, then I have other options we can do. Texas Outlaw Modified Series is definitely there. I thought about that even, but they didn't have any races here. I don't think they have one here. But for my budget, I figured this amount of races was better. The Texas Outlaw Modified guys, they have a lot of dates and a lot of different tracks, which is beautiful. I hope those guys have fun. Hope everybody stays safe. Hope everybody out here stays safe in all the classes. Hope everybody has a great season. I look forward to seeing everybody again at the tracks. Hopefully I'll get to see y'all out there. Come and say hi. Maybe I can give y'all a good laugh. I mean, I hope everybody waves as they pass me by. But no, I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be real fun. Thank you guys again for watching these. I'm going to do my best to make sure I try to get more out. Last season, with the vid and everything else going on, work was crazy. My work schedule was going off because people being out, and I'm staying there, filling in, doing. I mean, was just a mess. It was things that needed to be done, things that had to be done. So it was nobody's fault. It's just the situation everybody was in. But yeah, I'm gonna do my best. Make sure you guys stay in contact. Keep your eyes out on the videos. I'm gonna try to get 1 or 2 out a week. I got my action cameras, getting them things ready to be put in the car, so I'll definitely try to get some better shots and some actual on-track shots. Camera being cleaned, it looks like it's working right, and I'm gonna see if nephew or somebody in the pits can do the video from the stands too, so that way we'll get both views, stands and in the car. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hope y'all enjoyed the intro. I hope it's the one. I hope it's the right one. I don't know yet. I'm trying to check, make sure it hasn't been copyrighted or anything, but we'll see. Hopefully it's the right one. If not, we'll cut you on the next. And remember,